नमस्सर्वेभ्यः कक्ष्यायां स्वागतम्। प्रार्थनया प्रारम्भं कुर्मः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। हरि ओं तत्सत्। ह्यस्तनकक्ष्यायाम् अस्माभिः एते अभ्यासाः कृताः, परन्तु तत्र भगिन्यापि सूचितं कक्ष्यायां तत्र चतुर्णां धातूनां तत्र सनन्तरूपेषु उभयपदित्वं न भजते, केवल आत्मनेपदित्वं भजते इति तत्र सूत्रमपि अस्ति पाणिनेः। तो ज्ञा श्रु स्मृ दृश्य। ज्ञा टू नो, श्रु टू लिसन, स्मृ टू रिमेंबर, and drish to observe or see. So these four only has Atmanepadi ending in the sun form, not in the normal form they have whatever they have, but in the Aupadeshika form, but in the Sananta form, in the Atideshika sun pratyayukta form, Shushrushate, Jignasate, Didrikshate, some form is there for Smrudhatu. So it starts with Sakara. So we have to check. We have to check another one with some similar start to see what kind of a repeat will occur there. We will check it anyway. So those somehow that doesn't sound right. Whatever you are saying.
Oh.
So we have to check. I have to check the spelling. Smurshate doesn't sound right. Okay, we will check it. Don't worry, Bhagini. Maybe that is the correct way. I'm just wondering. They're missing some pronunciation there. Okay. So that's all I wanted to say. So the point here is Padini, he has 4,000 odd rules, but a limited number of them cover maximum number of applications. Then he has a lot of additional exception sutras to isolate those that deviate from the normal. So probably more sutras are there focusing on very narrow requirements like this, 4 dhatus, right? So one sutra is put for just 4 dhatus, for that too Sanadi, in the Sanadi Prakarana. So Sananta Prakarana. So you can see how much care he is taking to cover the deviations with sutras like that. That is something that we have to appreciate and clap. At the same time, at our level, we have to accept that we cannot be be able to keep all of this at this level. Only if we go delve deep into Paninian Shastra potentially, where we memorize these sutras, maybe we will be able to recall all this and apply the correct form. That can happen only from childhood if you are brought up in the Paninian Shastra by, when you are very young, you are able to memorize these 4,000 odd sutras, because there used to be classes held to let them memorize even without trying to understand it first. The young brain is the best one to form impressions with. Then when it is capable of analyzing, whatever is stored in that memory can be now extracted. Charvita charvana, as we say, what the cow does. It eats the grass fast and then brings out the half digested stuff, sits down, brings out the half digested stuff and slowly grinds it down and sends it back again to a secondary stomach. So that kind of approach is required for deep learning anywhere, not just in Samskrita, but especially for Samskrita. So we probably at our age, here and there, potentially, we can remember something and blurt, but unlikely we will have comprehensive knowledge. So don't be worried if we are not able to track all this, but just to appreciate that how deep he goes. Okay, so we'll move forward. Subhashitani. यथा धेनुसहस्रेषु वत्सो विन्दति मातरं तथा पुराकृतं कर्म कर्तारम् अनुगच्छति. यथा धेनु सहस्रेषु वत्सः विन्दति मातरम तथा पुराकृतं कर्म कर्तारम अनुगच्छति. Only very few sandhis are there. One is this utva of visarga vatsaha, and another is this anuswara bindu, will be purakritam with the halantamakara. Here there is a samyuktakshara. There is no sandhi. Kartaram anugacchati. We just have to do vichedana. That's all. There is no sandhi vichedana. There is only samyoga vichedana. Okay, so very straightforward, but beautiful verse. You see this. Yatha, just as, dhenu sahasreshu, amongst thousands of cows. Okay, imagine a rural life, huh? So there will be thousands of cows grazing, right? Dhenu sahasreshu vatsaha, the baby cow, masculine reference is there. Vindati, knows. Okay, vidujnane. So it knows or is aware. Mataram vindati. It knows its mother amongst hundreds and thousands of cows, right? That instinct may be gone in the dairy farm of nowadays. Don't expect this. Definitely, if cows are brought up the way they should be, it will have that instinct. So, tatha, nowadays they separate the baby right after birth. So, what do we do? Tatha purakritam karma kartaram anugachati. In the very same way, the karma that has been done earlier. What do you mean by done earlier? Whatever work we have done, if there is good or bad karma associated with it, that karma, okay, that package of cause effect thing. Kartaram, the one who has conducted that act, that generated that karma pala in him, anugachati, it follows him. So it's like the vatsa. There is no confusion that your bad act will end up, the karma of your bad act will end up going to someone else. It will follow you. So it's a wise thing to understand. Complex are the ways of karma. So be aware of this like that. यथा धेनु सहस्रेषु वत्सो विन्दति मातरम तथा पुराकृतं कर्म कर्तारम अनुगच्छति. अर्थात कर्तारम जानाति तमेव अनुगच्छति. Karma is like the vatsa. So this is a upama alankara. Yatha tatha. Like that is there instead of iva. Okay. So kartaram is mataram over there. Okay. Dhenu sahasreshu equivalent as this side, it's manava sahasreshu. Okay. Or prani sahasreshu. Padavibhagaha, I think very straightforward. I don't need to address that. Anvaya vakya, let us see. Yatha vatsaha dhenu sahasreshu mataram vindati. See, vatsaha karta. So after yatha, which is a prefix to the first part of the sentence, tata is a prefix to the second part of the sentence. The karta has been taken first. Then the saptami to distinguish amidst thousands of cows, mataram vindati, karma pada, and then the kriya pada. Okay. So karta, saptami, adhikarana pada, then karma pada, and then the kriya pada. That's a classic style, right? So yatha vatsaha dhenu sahasreshu mataram vindati tatha eva. You can mentally imagine tatha eva purakritam karma. Okay. So purakritam is a visheshana to karma. It is generated from some activity, right? So purakritam karma kartaram. So that is the karma pada similar to mataram over there. Martaram anugachati. Vindati over there, anugachati here. Vindati and anugachati is applied even on that side. It will follow the mother anyway, even there. Okay, so this is the thing. All right, so let us look at, we'll come back to the samasa and all little later. Anvayartha. Yatha vatsaha dhenoho putraha. See, pullinga. Dhenu sahasreshu. Gavam sahasreshu. You don't need to look for new words. For example, if you want to explain this, sahasradika dhenunam madhye, something like that, you can come with other simple Sanskrit alternatives to explain that. Okay. Mataram, jananim. Okay. You don't need to, if you can't recall, no need to translate. So you can leave mataram kama like that. Okay. Vindati, prapnoti, janati. Huh? You can even say anugachati. In a distant way, you can translate that way. Hmm? Tatha. See, they didn't bother to translate yatha tatha. It's too basic. Purakritam, purvasmin janmani kritam. See, this necessarily not purakritam is purvasmin janmani kritam. Asmin janmani api yat purvakritam, purakritam asti. प्रायः पुनः नूतन जन्म पर्यन्तं तत् कर्म सञ्चिते न भवेत् इदानीमेव फलितं भवेत् who knows सो पूर्वस्मिन् जन्मनि अथवा अस्मिन् जन्मनि इतः पूर्वं कृतं कर्म कर्तारं यः कार्यं करोति तं कर्मपद अनुगच्छति अनुसरति फाइन् सहस्राधिकाः धेनवः सन्ति चेत् अपि वत्सः तासु तासु धेनुषु I think here only तासु धेनुषु स्वमातुः षष्टि एकवचन स्वमातुः एव समीपं गत्वा ओके ताम एव अनुसरति means it will find her and go behind her तथा एव अस्माभिः पूर्वजन्मनि कृतानि कर्माणि अस्माभिः कृतानि कर्माणि पूर्वजन्मनि कृतानि कर्माणि अस्मान् एव अनुसरति अथवा अस्मान् अनुसरन्ति एव बहुवचनादय हियर they have used single कर्म कर्तारम् अनुगच्छति pluralized in the तात्पर्य ओके धेनूनां सहस्रं धेनु सहस्रम ओके सो षष्टि तत्पुरुष सहस्राणां धेनूनां समाहारः सहस्रधेनु इति तत् पृथक् रूपम् ओके अत्र तथा न अत्र धेनूनां सहस्रं द्विसहस्रं that's a similar sense of how you do dvisahasram trisahasram like that okay so dhenunam sahasram dhenu sahasram teshu dhenu sahasreshu is the vibhakti displacement to bahuvachana and saptami पुराकृतं सप्तमी तत्पुरुषः प्रायः पुरा इति अव्ययं सप्तम्यर्थे भवति पूर्वस्मिन् काले पूर्वतन जन्मनि like this is the different as all are saptami sense so you can kind of say it is a saptami tatpurusha though there is an avyaya pada there in the pura that's okay the sense of the vibhakti is saptami so definitely this is not avyayi bhava so अथवा केवल समास like that you can talk if you don't want to because pura is strictly not a saptami vibhakti purvapada it is a saptami arte avyayam if you want to be careful about not calling it saptami tatpurusha you can call it kevala samasa which is basically it's just a samasa without a specific identity like that but I would like to call it saptami tatpurusha because it's a uttarapada pradhana and pura is saptamyartaka avyayam. Padavivaranam vindati with labhe. Okay. To get to know like that. To get and to get to know like that sense. Labhe. Okay. So that is the dhatu pata meaning. Labhe. Labhe is in saptami. It means in the sense of labha. To beget like that. Okay. So this is a kartari lat rupa. Vindati. So this dhatu has a nakara coming in the process. Okay, yatha tatha avyaye, avyayam avyaye, avyayadvayam. Vatsaha apatyam puman vatsaha. Okay, prathama purusha ekavachana. Pullinge, karma iti napumsake prathama purusha ekavachana. Prathama vibhakti ekavachana. I'm saying purusha. Purusha is only for kriya padas. I'm sorry. I've been half careless there. So, prathama vibhakti ekavachana. Mataram स्त्रीलिंगे मातृशब्दस्य मातरम इति कर्मपदमस्ति तथैव कर्तारम् इति कर्तृपदस्य पुल्लिङ्गे द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचने मातरं कर्तारम् एकस्मिन् पार्श्वे मातरम् परस्मिन् पार्श्वे कर्तारम् इति अनुगच्छति अनु उपसर्गयुक्त गम धातोः लट् लकारे प्रथमपुरुषे एकवचन रूपम्. That's what 1.1 कर्तरि लट् गम धातुः. The sense of dhatu is explained by gam dhatu's rupa only, gatau. Gam in the sense of going, like that. Go, to go in the sense of going, like something like that. Okay. Any questions? Okay. यथा धेनुसहस्रेषु वत्सो विन्दति मातरं तथा पुराकृतं कर्म कर्तारम् अनुगच्छति. It's a good lesson for us to remember always. Okay. There are different philosophies. For example, some particular branches of Buddhism and all don't believe in this aspect. They feel there is certain randomness and things like that. That's okay. There are different viewpoints always. Manasi vachasi kaye punya piyusha purnaha tribhuvanam upakara shrenibihi प्रीणयन्तः परगुण परमाणून् पर्वतीकृत्य नित्यं निज हृदि विकसन्तः सन्ति सन्तः कियन्तः. Okay, so you can see the last line is kind of saying, it is saying about how many saints are there who are in their own hearts blooming this whatever ideas that are explained above. I mean, this kiyantaha could be taken in two directions. There are a lot of them or there are very few of them. Today, definitely we would like to say how many are there is more very few is the answer, right? So what are these qualities? Manasi, vachasi, kaye. So this all Hindu practitioners here in this class know about this triplet very much. Okay, so manasi in the mind, vachasi in the mouth. That means in speech. Actually, in speech is what it is saying. It doesn't say in the mouth. In speech, and kaye in body. That means in physical actions. Okay, right? Manasi, vachasi, kaye. So in oral words, in the mental thoughts, and in physical actions. Okay, plural. I have pluralized it. This is all in ekavachana. Punya piyusha purnaha. Piyusha means some kind of amruta type of drink. Punya piyusha purnaha. Those that are full of holy elixir, filled with holy elixir. That means they actually do same way and do good in all these three natures. Like in the mind they think right, in the mouth they speak right, and in the actions they do right. That kind of punya piyusha purnaha santaha. It's a visheshana to punya piyusha purnaha santaha. Tribhuvanam upakara shrenibihi preenayantaha. What is this Tribhuvanam? Lokatrayam, as we know. Trayanam bhuvananam samaharaha Tribhuvanam. So what are the three bhuvanas? Bhur, bhuvas, suvaha, as we have seen earlier, basically. So that kind of concept of the three lokas that we transcend. Okay. So Tribhuvanam upakara shrenibihi preenayantaha. Upakara Shreni. Shreni, as you know, means a series of steps, right? That is one sense of the Shreni. Simply sometimes can mean a list, but in this place, because we are talking about Tribhuvanam, it must be the staircase. Okay, the stairs of the staircase. Upakara Shreni, the stairs that aid one to transcend the Tribhuvanas, to reach the top Bhuvana. Okay, Preenayantaha. Preenayantaha has a little bit distant meaning has been Preenayati. Preenayantaha is a Shatranta. Okay, that means those who are what is exactly the meaning of Preenayantaha taken here? Let us check. Santoshayantaha. Okay. Priya word that comes from this Prina. Okay, so Prinayantaha. So Tribhuvanam Upakara Shrenivihi Prinayantaha. Little bit distant types of action forms have been taken by this Kavi, but that's okay. Those who are with these stairs that they have created, they are pleasing those who need such aid, maybe. That's what is the Prinayantaha aspect of it. Okay. Paraguna Paramanun Parvatikritya Nityam. Paraguna, the good qualities. Here, guna, when it is stated as standalone, we usually take goodness in that, not Durguna. Unless specifically Durguna has been put, we take Suguna only for guna. So, Paraguna Paramanun. Paramanu means that which is very minute, like we use this word today for atom, right? So that kind of sense. Okay, the smallest piece of a physical element. So paraguna paramanu, that means even tiny teeny weeny bits of good qualities of others, pluralized in karma position. 2.3 parvati kritya. See, this is kritya samasa. You guys have learned this, right? So parvati kritya, immediately we know, means making a mountain out of it. Okay, having made a mountain out of it daily. Okay, nityam parvati kritya santi santaha. So you see, punya piyusha purnaha santi santaha, prinayantaha santi santaha, nityam parvati kritya santi santaha. That's how I have to take. So, nija hridi vikasantaha santi santaha kiyantaha. So, this the last one is maybe even in their heart they are blooming, so something like that. So it's a last portion is a little rhetorical type of question. The Kavi, if you take it in a positive time, maybe in his time when he wrote this beautiful Sanskrit verse, it was a lot many, but a few. Manasi vachasi kaye punya piyusha purnaha tribhuvanam upakara shrenibihi with, okay, prinayantaha paraguna paramanun pavitrikritya nityam nijahridi vikasantaha santi santaha kiyantaha. Very little in respect of samasa to work with. There is a samyukta here, tribhuvanam and upakara shrenibihi, and almost one or two other anuswara to makara conversions, nothing else. Very
Sir, Parvati Kritya,
unchallenging with respect to sandhis. Yeah, is
sir,
there a
that
question?
Parvati Kritya is also a samasa, no, sir?
It is Kritya Samasa.
Oh,
It's called Kritya Samasa. Yeah. Okay. Padavibhagaha. We have done Anvayaha. Manasi Vachasi Kaye. Kaye Vacha Manasi Va, something like another verse comes to my mind which uses the same phrase. Anyway, Manasi Vachasi Kaye Cha Punya Piyusha Purnaha Tribhuvanam Upakara Shrenibihi Prinayantaha. Kama has been used to show all of them end with kiyantaha santi santaha, like that. Paraguna paramanu nityam pavitri kritya nija hridi vikasantaha. Oh, good. So they have taken these two words to expand this third pada, which is very appropriate. Paraguna paramanun pavitri kritya nityam nija hridi vikasantaha santaha. So that the same kind of Visheshana conclusion is there for the third pada also by borrowing these two words into the third pada phrase. It's very well done. Paraguna Paramanun Pavitrikritya Nityam Nijahridi Vikasantaha. So they're they're taking those good gunas and blooming them in their hearts. That means they're being thankful to them, something like that. Always. Nitya is in the sense of always, without forgetting. Okay. So that's a good one. Santaha, kiyantaha santi is a rhetorical conclusion by the Kavi. Like I told, answer is in our mouths. So, so let us look at some quick samasas there. Punyam piyusham, punya piyusham, karmadharaya. Then punya piyushena, piyushena bhavati va anatvam na janami. Punya piyushena purnaha, punya piyusha purnaha. Tritiya tatpurusha. Trayanam bhuvananam samaharaha, tribhuvanam. We had probably seen the same word in the exercises earlier. Upakaranam shrenihi tabihi. Okay, strilinga pada shreni. Upakaranam shrenihi. Okay, stairs of helps. That means, I mean, every step is like a seva towards moksha. Okay, and then paresham gunaha, paragunaha. Okay, and then another side is paramanu. So paramaha anuhu, paramanuhu. So then combine the two. Paragunascha, paramanuscha. Like that. Paraguna, paramanu, paramanuhu. Tan, paraguna, paramanun. Iti vibhakti displacement. I have not gone that far. Aparvatam, parvatam krutva, parvati kritya. So this is naiprabhritayah. Gati samasa it is called. We sometimes call it kritya samasa also. Okay. So gati samasa is how we have seen it also. I think we had discussed the two names in the class also. Aparvatam, parvatam krutva. That which is not as big as a parvata, making it seem like it's a parvata, like that. Nijam swasya. This nijam, nija hridi, how we have to read the nija shabda, not means sometimes we think that in our bhasha nija means the truth. No, here it's not the sense of truth. Nija hridi means in his own heart, in their own hearts, like that. Okay. Nijam hrit tasmin, nija hridi, taptami placement. Napumsaka shabda, hrit atva hrid. Interesting. Interested to see the forms of that sometime. Okay. So you guys should be ready to do even this if required. It's at this level which we are expected to at least get 70-80% of this accurately. Like for example, Prinayantaha is a Shatranta form, Pratama Vibhakti Bahuvachana, like that. Vikasantaha is another Shatranta form. Vikasati, Vikasan, Vikasantaha, pullinge. Bahuvachane, Pratama Vibhakti Bahuvachane, evam. That we'll slowly learn how to do all those things. Kiyantaha is a question word. How many? It's not another Shatranta, though it sounds like Vikasantaha, Kiyantaha, like that. Over time, we will learn to distinguish that it is not. Kiyan, Kiyantau, Kiyantaha, something like that is the declension of that. Which one, which two, how many are the translation. Okay. Anvayartaha, manasi, chetasi, vachasi, vachane. Okay. Vakye, something like that. Kaye, sharire, artat, sharirika karmani, like that you can translate. Punya piyusha purnaha, punya rupena amrutena paripurnaha. Okay. All right. So you can kind of see a hint towards the correct samasa, but I have gone with my own analysis in as best as I could think of. Okay. Tribhuvanam, trini bhuvanani api. Upakara shrenibihi, upakaranam samuhaihi. Okay, they have taken the samuha, but I would like to imagine steps. Prinayantaha, santoshayantaha, paraguna paramanun, anyeshu stitan alpagunanapi parvatikritya. Okay, parvata sadrishan kritva. Nija hridi, swasya manasi. See, okay, they have taken hridi into mana translation, which is fine. Sometimes whenever we are thinking of something that relates to a relationship, we would like to think of it as a heart rather than the mind. Mind is a little bit like calculating, whereas heart is more human. So that is the sense even in Samskrita Vangmaya. Vikasantaha, santosham prapnuvantaha. I mean, blooming is the sense. Hmm? Blooming, I mean, the sense of please, filled with pleasure. Yeah. Santaha satpurushaha kiyantaha kati sankyakaha santi. Oh, this is nice. Kati sankyakaha. Hmm. Sajjananam svabhavam varnayati kavihi. Nice. See, this kind of, I like Tatparya, which says some kind of context to the whole verse. Satpurushanam vachamsi. So this is Bahuvachana. Satpurushanam vachamsi manansi, because plural. So if you don't know to do this, stick to sing Ekavachana, no problem. Satpurushasya vachaha manaha shariram, like this also you can go. So shatputanam vachamsi manamsi sharirani cha amrutena purnani bhavanti, arthat with goodness, like that sense. Okay. तादृशेन अमृतपूर्णेन वचनेन चेतसा शरीरेण च ते सज्जनाः उपकारसहस्रेण लोके स्थितानां सर्वेषां जीविनाम्, okay, maybe hrasva, जीविनाम् अपि हितम् आचरन्ति. They do good for all the living things of this world. Okay. Well, Tribhuvanam is there more than this world, maybe. अपि च अन्येषु स्थिताः गुणाः अल्पाः चेदपि, even if they are very small, तान् एव बहु मत्वा, knowing them that itself to be a lot, मनसि संतोषम अनुभवन्ति. Okay. I mean the praise also, that Parvati Kritya is the sense of praise also is there in that. किंतु एतादृशाः जनाः जगति कियन्तः सन्ति. So by किंतु Sanskrit Bharati has clearly put the mood in us saying न सन्ति इत्येव बहवः. Any questions? Okay. मनसि वचसि काये पुण्यपीयूषपूर्णाः त्रिभुवनमुपकारश्रेणिभिः प्रीणयन्तः परगुणपरमाणून् पर्वतीकृत्य नित्यं निजहृदि विकसन्तः सन्ति सन्तः कियन्तः. Okay. Kavya Katha. So maybe we can get some volunteers to put their hands up. I will invite them to read paragraph after paragraph. So Kumuda Kannan, you can take off. You have your hands first. I will call the others later.
काव्य
What happened? Please.
यदा कुमारः जातः तदा तं गंगा परिपालितवती.
So last we had left off when
Vayu took
Agni took the Tejas and dropped it in Ganga. Ganga deposited it in the reeds.
Shravana.
Shravana. In the forest of reeds next to her shore. And there, obviously, the Tejas became a baby. That's what is being talked about. When Kumara was born, at that time, Ganga protected him. That means she was the mother now, having received the Tejas, so she protected.
तदा ईश्वरः पार्वत्या सह आकाशमार्गे विहारं कुर्वन् तत्र आगतः.
So Ishvara came with Parvati over there.
तौ द्वौ अपि शिशुं दृष्टवन्तौ.
They both saw that baby. See, this nature, imagine where Kalidasa's verses will be and where these sentences are. Okay, so you can see the Ajagajantara, like we say in Kannada. So it is like making something beautiful into an atom is what these sentences are, almost sounding lame to us. So we have to go back to Kalidasa's original verses to enjoy this simple movement of the story. And also our description of all these gods and their ways is very colorful. So usually you will find quite complex ways in which they, the birth of these great beings that are described in this have happened. Like even if you go back to how Pandavas were born, Kauravas were born, there's a lot of color over there. That's how the society was. It was quite, different. Continue, Bhagini.
ईश्वरः पार्वत्यै शिशोः जन्मवृत्तान्तम् अकथयत्.
So Ishvara described what happened. Parvati may have known what happened, right? Maybe when she was there. Okay.
तदा सन्तुष्टा पार्वती प्रीत्या तं शिशुं गृहीत्वा शिवेन सह कैलासम् अगच्छत्.
So now actually she accepts, okay, it's our baby now, and goes to Kailasa with it.
तत्र कुमारस्य जन्मोत्सवः समाचरितः.
So Ganga became a there is today. There is a way that you can have someone have the baby for you like that. So Ganga was that. No, there is one particular English word for that. Medical term is there. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Surrogacy.
Surrogacy. Yeah. So
surrogacy.
Ganga is a surrogate mother.
उत्सवेन इन्द्रादयः देवाः ऋषयः च सर्वे आनन्दिताः.
So everybody was pleased with the celebration. And of course, who are all the guys? Indra and other gods.
Devas
Okay, and rishis.
कुमारस्य बालक्रीडाः सर्वान् आनन्दयन्ति स्म.
He used to please all of them with his childish plays.
कुमारः बाल्ये
Much spoiled boy looks like.
कुमारः बाल्ये एव अतीव शौर्यवान् आसीत्.
He was full of valor right in his childhood. Thanks, Bhagini. I will now call Subramanya Kumar.
महोदय कुमारस्य बाललीलाः शौर्यवर्ताञ्च श्रुत्वा वार्तां sorry कुमारस्य बाललीलाः शौर्यवार्ताञ्च श्रुत्वा तारकासुरपीडिताः इन्द्रादयः कैलासम् आगताः.
You can even try the translation.
Okay. कुमारस्य बाललीलाः of Subramanya Swami's childhood leelas, Shaurya Vartam, the bravery, the great deeds of that Subramanya Swami's deeds, having heard them, Tarakasura Piditaha Indradayaha, Indra and other gods who were troubled by Tarakasura bad deeds, Kailasam Agataha, they came to Kailasa.
Correct.
Tatra te Ishwarasya Parshve Sthitam Shuram Tejasvinam Ayudhadharinam Kumaram Avalokitavantaha. There, those devatas, Ishwarasya Parshve, at the side of Ishwara, that at the side of Shiva, Sthitam Shuram Tejasvinam Ayudharinam Kumaram, the Subramanya Swami who was at the side of Ishwara having various kinds of astras, weapons, who was very brave and very full of Tejasvinam,
brightness,
aura.
Aura, very good.
Aura. Kumaram Avalokitavantaha, saw that type of Subramanya Swami there. They saw. Indrasya tu mahan anandah samutpannaha. But Indra indeed was very happy having seen that boy.
Yeah, because a capable son is born who will take care of our
Tasya manasi jayasya asha sanjata. So after seeing Kumaraswamy, in his mind, victory trying to gain victory over Asura became very prominent. It took birth.
Yeah.
Tataha Indraha harasya purataha. At that, then Indra harasya purataha Tarakasurasya upadravan varnayitva Taraka vadhartham kumaram preshayatu iti prarthitavan. So then Indra Varnayitva. Indra, Harasya Puratah, staying in front of Hara, Tarakasurasya Upadravan Varnayitva, having explained about the bad deeds of Tarakasura to Shiva, Varnayitva. In this way, he explained, Taraka Vadhartham Kumaram Preshayatu. For the destruction of Tarakasura, please send Kumaraswamy iti prarthitavan. That way he had implored Shiva.
Okay,
Tada
good. Now, actually, see, pause there, sir. Stop there. I will switch to another student because lots are interested. Thank you. So now Mahodaya is doing reading now. He sometimes needs to go back, reread a small portion of the earlier sentence, what he read, then sub-translate that and then come. Slowly, what you have to gain by these are all very simple sentences. Of course, if you read original Kalidasa Kavya, you will need Vyakhyana and others to help you. But these are very straightforward. So when even as you read, your brain should immediately have that sentence in whatever native form that your head understands sentences. Okay. So tuck 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 like that. So you should not need to go back. You should spew out the meaning in whichever language that you know. Okay,
Sure.
here, of course, you have to spew it out in English. Try to develop that skill slowly. Then, your Sanskrit comprehension keeps improving. That means even as you're reading, you're actually not reading just mere sounds, you are reading meanings into your brain. Okay, that's what should happen.
Astu Mahodaya. I'll try.
I mean, just a request to continuously improve.
Sure,
Okay,
Mahodaya.
now thanks, Varya. Anju, Varya. Anju.
महोदय
हाँ.
तदा ईश्वरः इन्द्रादीनां सहायार्थं गच्छतु इति कुमारम् आदिष्टवान्. Then Ishvara, he said, go to help Indra and the other devatas.
Correct. That's all.
This is what Kumaram.
I mean, to Kumara, he said this. Yeah.
To Kumara. Parvati
And
api
Adishtavan is like he commanded, is the sense.
Command.
That's okay.
पार्वती अपि हर्षेण आशीर्वादपूर्वकं तं कैलासात् प्रेषितवती. Parvati also with full happiness and giving her Ashirvada, blessings, she sent him to Kailasa.
No. From Kailasa, she sent him.
From Kailasa.
Panchami, Kailasat.
Kailasat. Indradaya Devaha Kumaram Anusrutavantah. Indra and the other lords followed Kumara.
Pied Piper scenario.
Sarve Swargam Pravishan. Everyone entered Swargaloka. Tatra Gandharvadayah Naradadayah cha Prashansavachanaihi Kumarasya Swagatam Akurvan. There, all the Gandharvas, Narad Muni, and
Narada and other munis.
Other munis, with glorifying words, they praised Kumara's entry.
And they welcomed him.
And welcomed Kumara in Swargaloka.
Wonderful. This is beautiful, right? So this was the paddhati. When some great person comes, you praise them and please them and then, do some stuti kathana. Narada was perfect person for, such kind of ashu kavya right there. Okay. So thanks, Bhagini. Well done.
Dhanyavad.
So, Chitra ji.
अनन्तरं तारकवधाय युद्धं करणीयम् इति निश्चितं. Then Taraka, to kill the Taraka, yuddham, war should be made. Like that it was decided. Sainyanam sajjikaranam samarabdam. The collection of the army also started.
The congregation. Okay, the congregation of the putting together the army to do this fight. I mean, Kumara still needs assistive support because Tarakasura has his own other Rakshasas to help him, right? So while Kumara takes care of Tarakasura, the others have to take care of the rest like that.
Kumaraha Senadipati iti Abhishiktaha. Then Kumara was coronated as the Senapati, correct, that position.
Actually, even today, if you know, one of the names for Subramanya Swami is Senapati or Senadipati, like that is there.
Devasenapati, Devasena.
Hmm.
Then Tatah Sena Sahitaha Sarve Indradeh Tarasurabi Mukam.
Slowly read correctly.
Okay. Tatah Sena Sahitaha Sarve Indradeh Tarakasurabi Mukam Prasiddhaha. They all
Ayo, Prasiddhaha va. With Samskritam, no. If Samskritam, in Sanskritam, the script is so perfect that you should not mispronounce. It is not like the letters are something and you have to pronounce something else, right?
Okay.
Ah.
Prasthitaha. So
Prasthitaha.
Prasthitaha. So then Sena Sahita, along with the Senas, everyone, Indradyaha, they went towards the Tarakasura.
Abhimukha means they went to face him, into his face. That means they went and
towards
him, like that. Correct.
Kumaraha Senayaha Nayakaha Asit. So Kumara was the Sena head.
Actually, this one is, I don't know why they are repeating. Earlier, only Senadipati was written.
Abhishekta.
Right, it's a little bit of additional information that's not helping us. Okay.
एते युद्धार्थम् आगच्छन्ति इति गुप्तचरैः ज्ञात्वा तारकः अपि युद्धसन्नाहं कृतवान्. So knowing that they all have come, he also started arranging for the preparations for the, he learned it through the messengers, Guptacharaihi. So he started making arrangements for the preparation for the war.
Except messenger is probably a simpler translation. The Guptacharas.
Spies.
Very good. So if you read, actually this is one reason why at some point in your life you should read Kautilya's Arthashastra. Okay. He has put all this, coded this down into what all a kingdom should have and what all processes it should follow to be successful. So yeah, very nice. Now I'll switch to a new person. Thanks, Chitraji. Sridevi Darisi. Sridevi Darisi.
Yes, sir.
How do I pronounce your surname, madam?
Darisi.
Darisi.
Darisi
Okay.
is a place name near Andhra Pradesh.
Yeah, very nice. Bhagini, you had, I think, a chat question that I didn't notice last class. Basically, you wanted to know what this apnoti means. Apnoti means to beget for oneself. Prapnoti, you know, prapnoti probably you know, right?
Yeah,
Prapnoti is pra upasarga yukta apnoti eva.
It came afterwards in the next sentence it came. So I could find out.
Oh, okay.
The same
Anyway, I
lesson
thought
came.
I might not have noticed, so I thought, okay.
No,
Please read the balance, madam.
Yeah. So, Yuddha Prasthana Samaye Tena Bahavaha Utpataha Drishtaha. So while going for the war, Prasthana means starting for the war.
Correct.
They saw many bad omens.
Utpata means usually some kind of comet crossing the sky, that kind of. Okay. So there is a footnote here. Calamities like the sight of stars during the day, etc., which is probably a bright comet or something like that.
Apashakunani Drishtani. They saw the bad omens. Apashakun. Tatapi Kupitaha Tarakaha Asuraihi Saha Yuddhaya Agataha. So even then, because he was angry with the gods, with the devas, he came along with the asuras for war, for fighting.
I mean, basically he ignored the bad omens.
Sura Surayoho Madhye Goram Yuddham Pravrittam. So between the Suras and Asuras, there was a very Bhayankar battle which happened. Shuraha Kumaraha Tarakasuram Maritavan. So the brave Kumaraswamy killed the Tarakasura.
A lot of colorful Kalidasa's verses are collapsed into lame sentences, but that's what we are reading. It's okay.
So this is like Aparvati Kritya.
Correct. Aparvati Kritya. Nai Gati Samasa.
समस्तः अपि लोकः सन्तोषम् अन्वभवत्. So everybody experienced very great happiness.
All the whole Tribhuvanam experienced happiness.
समस्तः लोकः अपि, all the lokas. पुनः अपि इन्द्रः स्वर्गाधिपत्यं प्राप्तवान्. So after
You remember
that,
during Tarakasura's rulership, he had gone absconding. So now he comes back and takes charge again.
so after they win, the Indra becomes the Adipati of Swarga again. Sarvatra Mangalam Abhavat. So everywhere there were good things going on. Mangalam.
Good thing. Okay, all goody ending. Okay, so thanks, Bhagini. Well read. Okay. So sorry, everyone, I couldn't call, but first few I could. Every time we get a chance for a few. Please do. Next time, don't get disappointed. You are not called. We'll try to go for newer names later. All right. So there are some questions now, but yeah, I think we can take these questions and take a break. A good time for a break after the questions are answered. So let me just now look at the hands raised and call. Lakshmi R, you have unmuted. You have a question? Oh, no problem. You stay unmuted. You can answer the first one.
Okay. जातस्य कुमारस्य पालनं गंगा माता कृतवती.
Jatasya Kumarasya Palanam Ganga Mata. Very nice. You added Mata. Ganga Mata Kritavati. Very good. So Ganga or Ganga Mata is also very good. Thanks, Bhagini. Lakshmi Krishna. Second one. Read the question orally and then answer. Lakshmi Krishna. Okay. She may not be ready.
I'm answering. Tarkasura Piditaha Indradidev Shivasya Pasha Kim Drisham Kumaram Drushtavantaha. So Shura Tejasvinam.
Shuram
Tejasvinam Ayudha Dharinam Kumaram Drushtavantaha.
Well done. Shuram Tejasvinam Ayudhadharinam Kumaram
Drushtavantaha. Yes.
Thanks, Bhagini.
Thank
now
you.
we have Nitya guest with Nitya Varye. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Indraha Shivam Kim Prarthitavan. Indraha Shivam Tarakavadartham Kumaram Preshayatu iti
Prarthitavan. Well done. Indraha Shivam Tarakasura Vadhaya Kumaram Tava Putram Kumaram Preshayatu. Like that. Well done. So now, okay, I have only two hands raised. One already answered. I'll call Subramaniam Kumar to answer. Yeah.
आम महोदय युद्धे निश्चिते कुमारः कस्मिन् पदे अभिषिक्तः.
One pause here. While reading, no, here, you see these first two words. Okay. Yuddhe Nishchite. There is a immediate, see, we have to get clued into the Sati Saptami Bhava that we have learned earlier. Okay. So almost immediately there is a Sati coming there in between. Yuddhe Nishchite Sati. Kumaraha Kasmin Pade Abhishiktaha. This is a correct tonality we have to gain.
Yes, yes, Mahodaya. Yuddhe Nishchite Kumaraha Senapati Pade Abhishiktaha Asi.
Senapati Pade as one samastaidu. Atava Senapatihi iti Pade, somewhere like that. Okay, you can go. See, Senadipatihi iti Pade Abhishiktaha, like that. So if you want to keep it in Prathama, use iti. Okay, like a quotation. So Senadipati is like a quotation. It little bit is now allowed in Pratama as a quotation. Okay.
अस्तु
Huh.
सेनाधिपति पदे इति पदे
अभिषिक्तः अथवा सेनाधिपति पदे one samasta. That is the
सेनाधिपति
beauty
पदे
of Samasapadas. When you put in Samasapadas, you don't have to decline the earlier part. Okay.
yes
So that's what I have done here. Kumaraha Senadipati hyphen I have shown just to show the pade in the next sentence, next line. Abhishiktaha abhavat.
अभवत्
Now we have Kumuda Kannan wants to answer.
युद्धे तारकासुरं कः मारितवान् युद्धे तारकासुरं शूरः कुमारः मारितवान्
Senadipati Shurah Kumara. Can add Senadipati because we learned that also. Nice.
Yes, yes.
So Yuddhe Tarakasuram Senadipati Shurah Kumara Tavan.
Yes.
Okay. I think you guys have learned all that. So we will take a water break now. Appropriate. So exactly at noon we will gather back and continue our studies. Yeah. Welcome back. So, Shlokeshu Anvaya from this Katha portion, which was, reading something in a very, actually, I wish they had raised the difficulty level of the sentences they have constructed. They have kept it really too simple. I would rather that we have a section like this where actually we are having the original kavya and then, explanation around that. This is probably better material for us at Kovida level. So this part is more useful, and luckily we continue to use Kalidasa here also. There it was Kumara Sambhava, and here it is Raghuvamsha. So now we are catching the thread of where Raghuvamsha had left us off. Last time what we had seen, so the lion was, had grabbed Nandini and momentarily distracted. Dilipa slowly notices this and tries to protect the cow, attack the lion by removing a arrow so that he can engage it in his bow. That's where we were. So that's what they have explained here. Yada Dilipaha Simham Marayitum Prayatnam Kritavan. Okay, they have moved further from that. So some verses are missing and they are being told in this prefix text. The summary of them is being told in this prefix text. Yada Dilipaha Simham Marayitum Prayatnam Kritavan. When he tried to kill the lion, Tada Tasya Karaha Nishange Eva Sanlagno Bhavat. So at that time his hand got stuck in the Nishanga, which is the quiver or something like that. Okay. So the picture shows as if the arrow has come out. Its artist has gone a little bit ahead. That is at least the way it is saying it. Basically, that means he could not actually move his hands to remove the arrow from the quiver. So it got frozen. Sanlagnaha, I mean, got fixated in that sense. Kimapi kartum ashaktaha raja bahu kupitaha abhavat. The king who was unable to do anything became very angry. Tada Simha Dilipam Kathayati. At that time, Simha tells this. Suddenly it starts talking and tells this to the king. So that's the verse we are going to read now and understand how to break down and understand it in detail. Tamarya Nigrihita Dhenu Manushya Manuvamshaketum Vismayayan Vismitamatma Vrittau Simhorusatvam Nijagada Simha. Tamarya Nigrihita Dhenu Manushya Manuvamshaketum Vismayayan Vismitamatma Vrittau Simhorusatvam Nijagada Simha. Okay. So if you see the last two sentences, Simha is in Prathama. And if you search the whole thing, Vismayayan is a Shatranta. So it can only be a clause closure. It cannot be the primary Kriya Pada. So Nijagada. Okay. So that one is clearly a verb form. So Simha Nijagada. Okay. Simha Uktavan. Simha Vadati. Gad, Gad is a dhatu. Okay, and it's also in the sense of Gadati is there. I think that's the form in the simple lat, and this one is having, there is a little more different past tense form. Okay. So, tam aryagrihyam nigrihita dhenuhu manushya manuvamsha ketum विस्माययन् विस्मितम् आत्मवृत्तौ संयुक्ताक्षर विस्मितम् आत्मवृत्तौ सिंहोरुसत्वं निजगाद सिंहः. So सिंहः उक्तवान्. कम् उक्तवान्? तम् is clearly दिलीपम्. So सिंहः दिलीपं निजगाद. सिंहः दिलीपं वदति अथवा अवदत्. Past tense I have to use because it is in past tense. Okay. So Simha Dilipam Avadat. But a lot of Kalidasa won't be happy just saying that much, right? That's what the summary story will come. That's what Tada Simha Dilipam Kathayati, like that. But actually, there is a lot of color here. Arya Grihyam. It is clearly a karma pada. So tam Arya Grihyam. Okay. So what is this? Dilipa was not a person who was to be captured by anybody. He was of such valor that only another great person, Arya, could potentially control him or hold him like that. So Arya Grihyam tam. That's what. Okay, that's how it stacks. Okay. That another karma pada here. Manuvamsha ketum tam. Okay. Manunam vamshe ketuhu iva yaha. Manuvamsha ketuhu tam manuvamsha ketum. That means, what is this coloration? Manuvamsha in the lineage of Manu. Okay, Raghuvamsha, sometimes called Manuvamsha is one. So, in the lineage of Manus, or you can call it Manava Kulev. Okay. So, the name Manava comes from Manuvamshiya, like that. Okay.
Sir, but
Manu was,
Raghuvamsha is after Dilipa, no, sir. Dilipa's son was Raghu. So after that only it became.
that doesn't matter. We usually, you can call it Ramavamsha and we won't be far to describe. Okay. So when now today when we refer to it as Raghuvamsha, okay, we can use it with reference to all the way from the origin. Okay. Because the Vamsha is still that fellow's Vamsha, Raghu's Vamsha. Okay.
One small doubt, sir. Is it Vaivaswata Manu's family? No, that is why he's called Manu Vamsha.
Vaivaswata Manu. Correct. That is the full, more descriptive name for the Manu of this particular era. Yeah. Vaivaswata Manu. Okay. Ketu means the flag. But what is the sense of the flag here? Flag means he was literally like the top flying entity of this Vamsha, this our Dilipa. Okay. So the Kavi is ascribing him to a great quality as being literally the high flag on the big flag post of Manu Vamsha. Okay. That kind of height has been accorded to him by the Kavi. Okay. Then Manushya Vacha with human voice. Okay. So this is in Tritiya. Vak Shabdasya Vacha iti. So this one is a Karana Karaka. Karana Karaka Yukta Shabda. Karana Padam. So Tarhi, that one is about Simha's instrumentation. That means with the human voice, the lion told. Okay. What he told is going to come ahead. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Vismayayan Vismitam Atmavrittau Simhoru Sattvam. So there is few more words are there now where they will attach. Simhoru Sattvam is also a karma pada. Okay. So some kind of samasta pada which describes the king only, because the king is in tam, is in Dvitiya. So Simhoru Sattvam tam. So Simha means a lion. Uru Sattva, okay, means with the strength, that sense. Okay. Uru actually refers to thigh, but thigh in the sense of power. because thigh has the maximum muscle power in a human body. Okay, so Uru Sattva means muscular power actually. Uru is just used in the sense of referring to the muscular power. So one who had the muscular strength equal to that of a lion, that person as a karma pada. Simhoru Sattvam tam dilipam. Okay, so another color to our king, just as Manuvamsha Ketum is there and Arya Grihyam is there. I mean, basically, it's not possible for some forest lion to catch it. So that's where Arya Grihyam comes. Okay. Now, Nigrihita Denuho is a Pratama Vibhakti Shabda. Okay. But Simhaha is there. So this Denuhu cannot be our Nandini. So immediately in our mind, now we have to think of, can this be using the word Dhenu, but pointing to the Prathama word Simha? Yes, we know Bahurihi works like that. So, Nigrihita Dhenuhu Yena Saha Nigrihita Denuhu Prathamayameva Punaha Saha Nigrihita Denuhu Ityeva. Okay, the one who had grabbed the cow, that fella. So this shabda is in Pullinga. Dhenu shabda is in Strilinga. But this Nigrihita Dhenu who is a Ukaranta Pullinga shabda, like Guru shabda. Guru, Guru, Guravaha. Lot of overlap may happen with Dhenu shabda in some places, but this one is a Pullinga declension. Just like Guru shabda. Very easy for us to. For example, Dhenu Shabda goes Dhenva, like that. But here Guruna, so Dhenuna, Dhenuna, no, of course, Guru has Repa, so Guruna. Here, Nigrihita, Dhenuna, like that it will go without Natva. That basically Guru Shabda like declension. Okay, so that we got solved. So here now we got most of this, all of this, but we are missing this. Vismayayan. Okay, Shatranta. And it is in Shatranta in Pullinga Ekavachana. Right? So that means this is also in Prathama. So this is the clausal termination of Tam Vismayayan Manushya Nijagada. Simha Tam Vismayayan Nijagada. Manushya Vismayayan. It's even better. Vismaya means surprise. Vismayayan means surprising, but personified into the Simha. Okay? Okay. So, how to translate in English? Being the person who surprised another is the literal big phrase I have to extract with hyphens for a translation, word to word translation. So, surprising in a surprising manner the lion. Okay, so that's what you can. So Vismayan. So that is solved now. Shatranta clause. So Manushya Vacha Vismayayan Nijagada. What Nijagada, what he told will come next verse by Kalidas, next few verses by Kalidasa usually. Vismita Atma Vrittau. Okay. So now this sounds like Saptami, Vrittau, like that. Okay, let us see what this is. Vismitam Atma Vrittau, at his own present state. How do we fit it in?
So his hand was frozen, no, so he couldn't take out the arrow. So
but this one is yeah. That, see, tam, if it has to come as Visheshana, then it has to be Karma Pada, right? Vrittau is not a Karma Pada. Vismit Atma Vrittau Vismritam. So okay, Atma Vrittau Vismritam. It now this Saptami Pada is not related to Nijagada. This Saptami Pada goes behind this Vismitam as a subjugant of this Vismitam. Atma Vrittau Vismitam Tam. And like Bhagini said, Vritti here is in the sense of status. Okay, Atma Vritti means in his own status. In his own status, in is coming in the Saptami. In his own status. So Atma Vrittau Vismitam Tam Dilipam. That's how we take it towards Dilipa. This Atma Vrittau is not a Saptami for the whole sentence. It is a subclause only for this Karma Visheshana to Tam. Vismitam. Okay. So one side Manushya Vismayayan Nijagada and Atmavrittau Vismitam Tam. See how Kalidasa is, this Vismaya is his own Vismaya to his own inability to move the hand, and this Vismaya is generated by the lion due to human voice. How much is packed by Kalidasa using these various samasas is the interesting thing. So this Kavi's play is with brilliant Samastapadas, especially Bauris. Okay. So yeah. It won't sound like Sarala Samskrita Vakya anymore. So now we will see the Anvaya. Nigrihita Dhenuhu Simhaha Aryagrihyam Manuvamshaketum Simhoru Sattvam Atmavrittau Vismitam Tam. Atmavrittau Vismitam Tam bracket Dilipam. Always better to put. Okay. Manushya Vacha. Here again, tam Vismayan, tam can be taken for the Vismayan because the surprise is towards the king, seeing this lion talk. Okay, Manushya Vacha Vismayan. I don't think Dilipa would be surprised really because he already knows the holy cow Nandini herself. And he knows that he himself ignored her mother who tried to greet him and he ignored her greetings, etc. So anyway, so Vismayayan Nijagada Evam is to be taken further. Evam Nijagada. Evam will be explained later. Okay. So that's the thing. I will not focus on this Pratipadartha. It's favoring English. So I'm not seeing the benefit of that. So this Anvaya is enough for us. Okay. And then we come to Tatparya. संस्कृत सरल तात्पर्य यदा दिलीपस्य बाहुः स्तब्धः अभवत् तदा सः बहु विस्मितः अभवत् अगेन यू कैन टेक तस्मिन् एव समये सिंहः मनुष्यवाचे वचनेन मनुष्यवाचा आल्सो कैन बी रिटन मनुष्यवाचा जस्ट एज इज देयर इन द वर्स दिलीपम् उद्दिश्य अकथयत् सिंहः मनुष्यवाचा यद् अवदत् तत् श्रुत्वा राजा नितराम् आश्चर्यचकितः अभवत्. Okay, the second Vismayayan has been explained. Okay. Actually, this is not accurate. Simhaha Manushya Vadati iti Raja Nitaram Ashcharya Chakitaha Bhavat is slightly better. Yet Avadat, I mean, what he told surprised him. We don't know yet what he told. So, yeah. So, we'll not go there. I don't think Kalidasa is trying to go that far. So, just by his human voice, it surprised him, is all he intends, I think, at this level. Anyway, so that's what. So, they have now gone into our standard flow. Nijagada being the active Kriyapada, Akathayat, Avadat, something like that you write, Kriyapadam. Kaha Nijagada, Simhaha, Karta, Kidrishaha Simhaha. So, Nigrihita Denuhu. Okay. And then, Punaha Kidrishaha. What else is there? Vismayan has been taken. Correct. Vismayan, though it is a clausal end, finally it is in Pratama Vibhakti. As you know, in a big sentence wheel, this kind of clausal uses of Shatranta, Tvanta, Tumunantas, etc. They all, Tumunanta, Tvanta are all avyayas. So they are standing on their own. But Shatrantas are related to the people, Karta in this case. So, Simha. So, Vismaya. Punaha Kidrishaha has been taken to extent. Actually, another way to ask this question is Kim Kurvan. That's how I would also try. Kim Kurvan. Kidrishaha Simhaha. Kim Kurvan. Doing what? Okay. Vismayayan is a slightly better flow for that other than Punaha Kidrishaha because it's not really like a Visheshana. It is like a clausal verb placement, nominative dhatu placement in that sense. Okay. So, Kim Kurvan. Using the question in Shatranta only. Kurvan is a Shatranta question. So, Kim Kurvan Vismayayan. So, I think earlier they have used that form. Somehow they have used a more lame Punaha Kidrishaha here. So, Kaya Vismayayan with what? So, again, Strilinga question because we know the Vak Shabda is Napumsaka. So, Manushya Vacha. Okay. Then Tritiya Vibhakti there. Kaya, Manushya Vacha. Ka ke, kaha kam ke, kaha kaya, kabhyam, kabhi. Kaya. Kam Vismayayan tam. bracket Dilipam Vismayayan. Kidrisham tam, now stack for Dilipa is larger than for Simha. Kidrisham tam simhoru sattvam, punah kidrisham manuvamsha ketum, punah kidrisham arya grihyam, punah kidrisham vismitam. But here, kutra vismitam, kimartam vismritam is also a potential better question here. Though the answer is in Saptami, Kutra Vismitam is a lame way to ask. Maybe they have kind of put it to match the Saptami, but Kimartam Vismitam is better. Then Atmavrittau Vismitam answers that Kimartam in his own state, the one who is surprised.
Is Kasmat Vismitam okay or we can't?
No, Panchami is not the answer we're looking for. So, because Atmavrittau is Saptami, one way is Kimartam, like that it can be asked. For what purpose he was surprised, what reason he was surprised, by his own state, is his Saptami answer. That's okay.
Okay.
Kimartam, why I liking it is it doesn't necessarily force into the Vibhakti mold of
It seems
Kutra.
better, sir. Yes.
Yeah. You have those freedoms. Samskrita Bharati, it looks for the flow and the accuracy from your understanding. Doesn't look for copycat type of answers. In fact, they'll get worried if you have copycat answers. Okay. All right. Tamarya grihyam nigrihitadenuh manushyavacha manuvamshaketum vismayayan vismitam vrittau. I always struggle here. Vismitam vrittau simhorusatvam nijagada simha. What happens when I read like this takara almost comes in my mind with this ma. So atma, like that I start reading, then I realize this is not tam atma vrittam. There's a little play of letters which is a little tongue twister there. But only by reading this kind of complex verses some 100 times and hundreds of them, slowly our mouth can slowly improve. I have ways to go clearly. Way our Guru reads is something else. Yeah. Okay, so we'll leave it at this and go to the next Vishesha. So they have explained. So you guys go through all the Vibhakti. I think more or less we have, as we analyzed it. See, what I do here is I try to, as much as possible, like any student would like to try to attack the thing and find out things. Because just reading what is there in the book is not going to teach you anything. Okay, so we have to struggle like I struggled, and you will find that I may have taught this level a couple of times before, I may have studied for it the exam long time back, etc. But these verses, I am too old to have kept a precise memory of everything that possibly, that I want to work at it logically again and again. This is the attitude you have to also have. Okay, we cannot depend on our memory, but we can depend on our ability to logically infer things. Okay, so and go back and attack again, and there will be some struggle. Old struggles will come back. Like for example, Atma Vrittau Vismitam. Slowly we can attack. When we fail, we take help. Oh, Anvaya Vakya says this. Okay, that's what is the relationship. But let us fail first and then go look. Don't look and then come back. Okay, that is the important thing. So, grihyate akramyate iti grihyam. Grih plus kyap, another type of kridanta that is. So, grihyam is a form of the same grih. Okay, but that which is grabbable. So, see how powerful this language is. So, it takes an action word like grabbing, to grab or something like that, to grab or to catch, and converts it to that which is caught, that which is catchable. That sense is grihyam. Okay. Kyap is the type of pratyaya. Very powerful pratyayas are there. Graha dhatu, kyap pratyaya. It's one of the kridantas. Kridanta world itself, huge study. I think Vyoma Samsthayaha Krishnapura Bhagini, Soumya Krishnapura Bhagini has Kridanta lessons in her set. You should What I would advise you after Kovida is go to her grammar courses, almost all her grammar courses, except some very high ones, which are difficult to attempt now, or one by one we should be attacking, okay, and learning better from her, using her examples and her way of teaching. So then Vismayayan, okay, see how many things are there. Vi upasarga, smi, dhatu, nijanta, shatranta, and pullinga application. Guys, only Sanskrit. Okay, only in Sanskrit. Okay, the word explains itself. Vismayayan, surprising another. Ing is the shatranta, ing part of it. Okay, nich is in the I here. Okay, and that is coming, that making another being surprised. Okay, that's why nich is there. Smi is the dhatu, and then V is the upasarga. I mean, Vishishtataya smayayan, like that. V, in that sense. Vismitam. So Vismi is common, but Kta and Pumsi and Dvitiya. So Vismitaha becomes Vismitam. See how one dhatu takes so many explosive number of options open up with one dhatu. Okay. Urusatvam. Okay. Uru Brihat. Oh, this is one sense of Uru. I somehow took it as Thai. Uru, that is U Dirga. This is Urusatvam. No. So Urusatvam. Simhorusatvam. Can it be Dirga? No. Oh, it could be technically. I guess A plus U also is O. Simha hyphen Urusatvam is also possible. See, that's where it is left. We can take it that way. Urusatva also is fine with the power of the thighs of a Simha. I mean, thigh being representative of the muscular part. So nothing wrong in what I did there, but I think this is probably the intent. Uru is a Brihat Shabdasya Anyat Rupam.
One question I have, sir.
Yes.
Sir, if it is Uru, then would it not become Simhauru Sattvam?
No, U and U, A plus U is O. A plus U is also O. Why Vriddhi will happen? Same letter in Dirga doesn't go to Vriddhi side.
Okay, sorry, thanks.
Right? Only if it is O and A becomes Au. That is Vriddhi zone. Okay?
Okay, sir, thank you.
Actually, I promised to share the Swarasandhi table. Did not do that, I think, so far. I will do that. It's a beautiful table by my Guru Varya. It is there in his Ashtadhyayi books also. Another Guru Varya who was part of my master's teaching set. Another youngster, a student of Mahabaleshwara Bhatta. Okay. Uru Sattvam, Uru Brihat Sattva. Uru cha Sattvam cha Uru Sattvam. Something like that. Dvitiya is Sattvam. It is Uru Sattvaha is the original Masa. Okay. Ketum, Ketuhu, Pataka. Pataka means that flag. So Ketum, Pumsi, Dvitiyaya. Ketuhu is the Pratama Shabda. Okay. Samasa is explained by them only. Aryanam Grihyaya, Grihyaha. Oh, Aryanam Grihyyaha. Oh, Aryena itina. Tritiyana. Aryanam Grihyyaha. Interesting derivation. Okay. So what could be the thing? Okay, maybe is the sense of one who belongs in the clan of Aryas. Okay, not necessarily grabbable by Aryas or some lame sense that I try to think of. This is better. So this Grihya Shabda has been taken in a different sense. Aryanam Grihyaya, one who is exclusive in the club of Aryas, something like that. Okay. So I have to check this in other translations, see what this Grihya meaning has been taken. Samskrita Bharati, what it says, Arya Grihyam. He who was on the side of noblemen. Oh, okay. So the Grihya Shabda is taken in the sense of belonging to the group of Aryas. I should have looked this carefully. That's why Aryanam Grihyaha. Nigrihita denuhu yena saha. Nigrihita denuhu bahuvrihi. Simha. It is not tam. Some mistake is there in my textbook. It is Pratama Vibhakti only. Manushyanam vak taya manushya vacha. This is correct taya. So this is also Shashti Tatpurusha. Manoho Vamshaha, Manu Vamshaha. So Manus Vamsha, Manu Vamsha. Tasya Ketuhu, or Tasya is in the sense of Manu Vamshasya Ketuhu, Manu Vamsha Ketuhu, Tam Manu Vamsha Ketu. See, another compact way of breaking the sequence. They just put Shashti Tatpurusha. There are two of them stacked. Okay, Atmanah Vrittihi. Again Shashti. Okay, Tasyam Saptami placement. Atmana Vrittau. Atma Vrittau. Kshamita. Atma Shabda. Atma Vrittau. Atmanah is Shashti placement. Atman iti nakaranta Shabda. Atmanah Vrittihi. Atma Vrittihi. Tasyam Atma Vrittau. Vritti Shabda is Strilinga. See, these places we may end up making mistakes. You may end up saying Tasya Atma Vrittau. Don't worry, it's okay. Again, like I told you, no, at this level, it's not like we are able to answer everything highly precisely, but attempt should be there in the direction, 90% in that direction. Okay, and then Simha iva urusatvaha tam. Okay, so Simha like the urusatva of a lion, like that. Upamana purvapada karmadaraya. Okay, here I have tried something. Uru cha idam sattvam cha urusatvam. So they have not expanded that, I have attempted that. Okay. Brihat cha idam sattvam cha urusatvam. Napumsakalinga shabdaha. Visheshana purvapada karmadaraya. So they have ignored it, expanded it here. Atava uru sattvam yasya saha. Directly you can go to bahuvrihi. Okay. There, urusatvaha, simhasya urusatvam iva urusatvam yasya saha. There are many ways you can, okay, go on with this. Okay. But this is better. Simha iva urusatvaha. Go for urusatva expansion in karmadarya and then go with attach with simha. Like that. Okay. Next verse. Okay, we can take this verse and conclude the class, I guess, for the morning session. Kailasa Gauram. Okay, once more we will read the earlier verse. Tam Arya Grihyam Nigrihita Dhenuhu Manushya Manuvamsha Ketum Vismayayan Vismitam Atma Vrittau Simhoru Sattvam Nijagada Simha. Next what? Because there is no intermediate sentences, this is immediately the next verse even in Kalidasa's Kavya. Kailasa Gauram Vrishamaru Rukshoho Padarpananu Grahaputa Prishtham Avehi Mam Kinkaram Ashtamurtehe Kumbodharam Nama Nikumba Mitram. So he's introducing the Simha is now, it's now Simha's words, no? Just now in Kalidasa's earlier verse, Simha told us like that is there. So what he told is this one. This is now in the mouth of Simha. So Kailasa Gauram Vrisham Arurukshoho Padarpananugraha Puta Prishtam. One word. No way you can break this. No sandhi samasa. It's all in one samasa. Padarpananugraha Puta Prishtam. Avehi. This is a Kriyapada form. Know me thus. Know me thus. Avehi. Tvam jano. Janatu. Tvam jan. Like that. Lot. Avehi. Mam. Kinkaram Ashtamurtehe Kumbodaram Nama Nikumba Mitram. So, know me as Kumbodara is the essence of this thing. Know me as Kumbhodara. I am named Kumbhodara. But who am I? If a lot of explanation is there. Okay. So, Kailasa Gauram Kumbhodaram Mam Avehi. Mam is also there. See, Kailasa Gauram Kumbhodaram Mam Avehi. Vrisham Arurukshoho. Okay. Kailasa Gauram Vrisham Arurukshoho. अष्टमूर्तेः पादार्पणानुग्रह पूतपृष्ठम निकुंभ मित्रम माम कुंभोदरम नाम किंकरम आवेहि. So little, this one is not an easy one. Kailasa Gaura Shabda is typically used in the sense of white. Okay. Kailasa Gaura Kailasa is of course the abode of Shiva and Parvati. So Kailasa Gauram, maybe white like the Kailasa Parvata, something like that. Vrisham, Vrisham is the Vrishabha. Okay, and Karma Pada for that. Vrishaha, Vrisham, Vrishabha, Vrishaha, Vrisham. So this one is the ride, Nandi, the ride of Shiva. Okay, so white ride of Shiva, who is white like the Kailasa Parvata, maybe. Arurukshoho Ashtamurtehe. Okay, what is this Arurukshoho? When he climbs. Oh, Arurukshuhu. Okay, one who is climbing like that. Okay, Ruhudatu, Arohati, that one. Arurukshuhu is one who is climbing. Looks like. Rurukshuhu sounds like Sananta to me, desirous of climbing signs, but maybe it's not Sananta. Maybe it is one who is climbing itself. Arurukshoho, Vrisham Arurukshoho. So you can immediately see the ride is Nandi, Vrisha, and Arurukshuhu Kaha, Shivaha. Arurukshoho, Shivasya. Okay, so now we can connect. Kailasa Gauram Vrisham Arurukshoho. Ashtamurtehe. Another Visheshana to Shiva. Shiva is the Ashtamurti. Okay, so that's the clarity now that comes to us. So know me as the Vrisha ride of who is white like the Kailasa Parvata. Okay, and is the ride of Shiva, who climbs onto me. Arurukshoho Ashtamurtehe Vrisham. I mean, I am his Vahana, like that. Okay, all right. Somehow Simha being the Vrisha is not connecting in my head. So we will see slowly. We may have made a mistake there in equating him to the Vrisha
So
itself.
he is providing the placement to get on to the Vrishaba.
Step only. Oh my God. Shiva is so fortunate. He first steps on a lion and then steps onto the Nandi. Oh my God. I've forgotten this speciality. Okay. Very interesting. So Kailasa Gauram Arurukshoho Ashtamurtehe Padarpana Anugraha Puta Prishtam. Okay. One who is purified or made holy by the touch of the feet, the graceful touch of the feet of Shiva. What a beautiful Padarpana Anugraha Puta Prishtam Mam. Okay. So one whose back has been made holy by the placement of the feet of Shiva is implicit there. Ashtamurtehe is there, right? So Nikumba Mitram. So I am friend of another entity called Nikumba. I don't know who is Nikumba. Let us see if they explain that. A friend of Nikumba, another servant of Shiva. So if we read all the Shiva Purana, maybe we'll learn this character. Some stories maybe they're related to that. But Kalidasa is here assuming we know intimately all these details. Poor chap. He lived many thousand years ago. He didn't know where India will head. Okay. Kumbhodaram, Nikumba Mitram, Mam, Kinkaram Ashtamurtehe. So Ashtamurtehe Kinkaram Mam Avehi. I am the Kinkara. Kinkara means I am the servant. Okay. Kinkara Shabda, like almost like Kim Karoti, Kinkaraha. I mean, he does whatever the master desires. That sense kind of Kinkara is there. Okay. So Kinkaram Ashtamurtehe kinkaram mam avehi. Like that. So that's why the Vrisha entered. Vrisha is the eventual ride. Okay. And the one who rides it is Shiva. So Vrishamaru Rukshoho Shivasya Padarpananugraha Puta Prishtam Mam. So he is of him, the one who has been made holy by touch of his feet. Like कैलासगौरं वृषमारुरुक्षोः पादार्पणानुग्रहपूतपृष्ठम् अवेहि मां किङ्करम् अष्टमूर्तेः कुम्भोदरं नाम निकुम्बमित्रम्. So finally he is saying, Aham Kumbhodaraha, okay, and I am the Kinkara of Shiva. With all the colorful further things, he has explained that. And in this he manages to explain how the Vrusha or the Nandi bull of Shiva is white like the Kailasa Parvata and all that. Anvayah Kailasa Gauram Vrisham Arurukshoho Ashtamurtehe Padarpana Anugraha Puta Prishtam Nikumbamitram Mam Kumbhodaram Nama Kinkaram. I would bring Ashtamurtehe Kinkaram, but it's okay. Yeah, Kinkaram Avehi.
Sir, Ashtamurti has to come there only, sir, because his feet.
Arurukshoho is also there, no?
But, okay.
You can put it there and no dispute.
Correct.
No dispute, but Kinkara of whom? But you can bring the Sambandha again here. Again in bracket, you can
The
bring
bracket
Ashtamurtehe
put it
Kinkaram
there.
if you wish. You
Correct.
can leave it there and bring it as a second copy here in brackets.
Yes.
All right. So he's a Shivagana. Shivagana, is the term we use for all the parties that were present along with Shiva and Parvati, right, in Kailasa. So he's one of the Kinkara in the Shivagana. So you guys read this. I think we got it. But you see, let us see some meanings. Padarpananugraha Puta Prishtam, whose back has been sanctified by the placing of the foot of Shiva. So that was accurately interpreted. Arurukshoho, when he climbs. Actually, this is where the weakness comes. Arurukshoho is not when he climbs. No, that's what is the problem with this kind of attempts. Arurukshoho is of the one who climbs.
Climbing.
Huh?
For the purpose of climbing?
No. One who climbs only is the sense. It's a Visheshana to Ashtamurtehe only. Okay, because it is also in Shashti Vibhakti.
This Aruda one, that way it can be taken.
But the sense is, the eventual sense is of the one who climbs, the sense is when he is climbing is the further interpretation we take. But putting Arurukshoha and then putting when he climbs is futile. That's all I meant. That's why this kind of word for word is difficult sometimes, from one language to another.
That it is for climbing. He used me
So
as
where is for climbing in Arurukshoha? You have to tell me, Arurukshoha is what Vibhakti? Arurukshuhu is what form? One who climbs. Arurukshuhu is one who climbs. I think.
Sounds more and more like Sananta, no, sir? Arodum.
Yeah, potential. But it's not a Sananta, I think. Why he is only desiring to climb? Maybe whenever he desires to climb, at that time he steps on me, like that. Maybe Sananta may be there. We will check Rurukshuhu. We will check Rurukshuhu using ashtadhyayi.com. We will see if it is actually Sananta form. Okay. A is a ang upasarga. That's all. Okay. Simha kathayati. Aham na samanya simha. Mama nama kumbhodaraha. Aham shiva kinkarasya nikumbasya mitram. Oh, another Kinkara is Shiva is Nikumba. Okay. Ahamapi Kinkaraha iti api vadati. Atra aham Shivasya Kinkaraha asmi. Repeated there. Yada Ishvaraha Vrishabha Vahanam Arodhum Ichchati. Ichchati is there. So there is a Sananta. Here they have brought it out accurately. Okay. So that's what Arurukshuhu, one who is desirous of climbing. Vrisham Arurukshuhu. Okay. Rukshoho. Okay, so Aru Rukshoho is Shiva. Aru Rukshoho, one who is Shiva, who is desirous of climbing onto Nandi, and also by his Padarpana. The Padarpana is implicit. Shivasya Padarpana is, you can take it there additionally. Okay, so yada Ishvaraha Vrishabhavahanam Arodhum Ichchati Ruhudato again. Okay, tada mama prishtasya upari padam nikshipya tataha arohati. Evam mama prishtam pavitram asti. Like that. Aham shivasya kinkaraha asmi yatha mama mitram nikumbaha. Avehi janihi. Okay, no, so kaha tvam is implicit because avehi is madhyama purusha kriyapada. Tvam is implicit here. They should have said that there. Okay, madhyama purusha, whatever. Lakara. Come avehi mam. So know me, mam. I am itself. So Simha itself is saying I am the karma pada of this sentence. Mam avehi, know me. Tvam mam avehi. Kidrisham mam nikumba mitram mam. One who has Nikumba as the friend. Nikumbaha mitram yasya saha. Nikumbaha mitram yasya saha. Vidheka bhava. Again. Nirdeshya vidheya bhava. Nikumbaha mitram yasya saha. Nikumba mitraha. Tam nikumba mitram. Punaha kidrisham kumbodaram nama. Named Kumbodara. Okay. I mean, this nama is somewhat plays the role of the iti quoter here. Okay, Kumbhodaram iti. It's almost that sense of nama. Okay, named as Kumbhodara. I mean, quote Kumbhodara, basically. Punaha kidrisham kinkaram. Shivasya. Kasya kinkaram, Ashtamurtehe kinkaram. See, here they have brought out here. So that's why Ashtamurtehe kinkaram I was wanting to bring here.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Kidrishasya Ashtamurtehe Arurukshoho. They have taken it over there. Kam Arurukshoho, Vrisham Arurukshoho. Okay. Desirous of climbing the Nandi. Here you can put Nandim like that. Nandihi. I think so. Nandihi. Harihi, Hari, Harayah, Harim. Correct. Nandim. Kidrisham Vrisham Kailasa Gauram Vrisham. Kailasa Parvata Iva Gauraha, Kailasa Gauraha, Tam Kailasa Gauraha.
Now this Kailasa Gauram, is it referring to the height of Kailas or the whiteness of Kailas?
Good question. Because Gaura is there for in that direction also.
Because it requires a stool to get up. It is.
Oh, okay. Your point is well made, sir. So the point that is desirous of climbing and he needs Simha as a step means he must be very big. So yes, this Gurutva has become Gauram, that stall like Kailasa, potentially.
So that Singha only later, sir. Earlier is only a Kinkara. Later he takes a form of Simha for.
That is all true. But what Varya is not worried about all the time element here. He is trying to think, instead of Gaura as whiteness, why don't you take it as tallness? That is correct, his interpretation. Kailasam iva brihadasti vrishaha. So Kailasa Gauram vrisham. Like that. Guru bhavaha. Gauram is guroho bhavaha. Guru is what? Big. But Gauri is also, it's also white. Shweta Varna is also having Gaura Varna. That is also there. So maybe I thought as white as Kailasa, which is not incorrect. If you remember, it is a white ride. But I think Mahodaya's interpretation is better. Okay. Now they didn't attempt to explain that at all. Well, let us see. Kailasa Gaura, white as the mount of Kailasa. Here, I think Mahodaya is having Gurutva as better. Gauram. Okay.
So in
Kailasa
Gauram is Akaranta Pulinga Shukla Varnaha, Pita Varnaha.
Guroho Bhavaha Gauram, something is possible. Some Krudanta process is there. We will check that. separately. If the I don't think every Kridanta is there in ashtadhyayi.com. So it may Gauraha I will say in Kalpadruma something may come out. Okay. Punaha Kidrisham Padarpananugraha Puta Prishtam. We know that now. I'll leave it. Okay. So that's the same thing. You guys go through all the Vibhakti and all that. Okay. So let us see something that I was able to dig up. So this is not for exam. This is just to appreciate the word Kailasa is also generated. Okay. K is Jale, Lasaha, Deepti, Asya iti Kelasaha, Spatikamanihi. Got it? So the Spatikamani is called Kelasaha because it is having shine when water. Basically, when you many jewels, no, if you pour little water on it, it shines. All the small surface aberrations and faults get subsumed by the water, so it shines through. Its beauty comes out. So Kelasaha comes from that. Spatikamani's name comes from that which shines with water. How much thought process behind these words, I don't know. Then Tat Samuha Kailasaha. Kailasa Parvata is full of Spatikamani. So Tat Samuha Kailasaha. The heap of such a thing is Kailasa. Kelinam, another way is, another Vyutpatti, people have innovatively found. Kelinam Samuha, Kridanam Samuha Va iti Kailasa. I don't think Shiva is much interested in Kelinam Samuha. That looks more accurate to me because physically, it looks like a monocrystalline mountain of Spatikamani, hard granite. Arurukshoho, Ang plus Ruh, Bija Janmani. Okay, the dhatu pata for Ruh dhatu is Bija Janmani. Means basically when you put a bija inside the earth, when you put a seed in the earth, how it climbs up. So where the Kavis have taken that simple climbing into. So the way that a seed climbs up into a plant, so Bija Janmani Ruh. Okay. All right. Sun pratyaya is there. Ruruksha, Rurukshati, Rurukshuhu form. Okay. And then Uhu. What is the Rurukshuhu comes from the Uhu Krudanta. Again, it will have some Itakshara attached to it. So it may not be just Uhu. It must be something else. Okay. Krudanta, Pumsi. Shashti Ekavachana. Kumbhodaram, Kumbhaha Udaraha, Yasya Saha, Kumbhodaraha. Tam Kumbhodaram. his stomach is like a pot-bellied fellow. So Kumbhodara name literally means pot-bellied person. Kumbhodara. Kumbha Udaraha Yasya Saha. Bahuvrihi Shashtyartakaha. Shashtyartaka in the sense Yasya Saha.
Is pot here.
Kumbhakarna is
pot
basically pot-eared.
pot-eared.
Yeah. And also, even Shurpanakha is like her nails were like,
Nails are like
big
scooped in.
winnowing baskets. Shurpa means winnowing basket. Mora in Kannada. Yeah, winnowing basket in English. Yeah. Shurpa in Samskrita. Okay, Nikumbaha. Ni upasarga kumbh dhatu ach pratyaya. Bah. Too complex Samskrita.
Arurukshu could be one who is Ichuhu.
Yeah. Sananta comes there. Ichuka. Yeah. That's why that sun is there. Icha comes into picture from sun. So that's why Ruru Abhyasa. Ruru. A is Upasarga. So leave that. Rurukshuhu is the original form with the Uhu Pratyaya, which is a personification. The one with the desire is the Uhu Pratyaya.
Yeah. Thank you.
Is one of the Kridantas. Okay. Kailasaha iva gauraha tam Kailasa gauraha. Padayoho arpanam padarpanam. Padarpanam eva anugraha. Wow. Padarpanam. I thought padarpanena anugrahitaha like that, but we cannot take anugrahita. Anugraha only is there. But you can do that. Padarpanena anugraha, padarpana anugraha, like that. Nothing wrong. By the padarpana, there is an anugraha. We believe that, no, like Rama, when he placed his feet on a stone, somebody got Ahalya got shapa vimochana, like that. So padarpanena anugraha, padarpana anugraha is also correct. Okay, Tritiya Tatpurusha is also correct. But padarpanameva anugraha is also more colorful, karmadharaya. Padarpananugrahena putam prishtam yasya saha. They have taken the bahuvrihi. You see how this bahuvrihi takes three elements into one bahuvrihi. Very simple way of approaching. So again, you don't have to vote one at a time. So padarpananugrahena putam, padarpananugraha putam, padarpananugraham putam prishtam yasya saha bahuvrihi. No, they have just finished off the karmadharaya embedded in here. Okay. So padarpananugrahena putam prishtam yasya saha. This is the karmadharaya part. We don't need to explain everything everywhere. Okay. Two elements have been taken. Visheshana and its Visheshya has been taken. Ashtamurtayah yasya saha. That doesn't mean there is no karmadharaya there. They have just collapsed it into the bahuvrihi. That's all. Okay. But if you wanted to break down, it is there. Ashtamurtayah yasya saha. Ashtamurtihi. Tasya ashtamurtehe. Shivaha. So Ashta. That is the form. Okay. Ashta Murtayah. It's a Nitya Bahuvachana, Ashta Shabda. Okay. Ashta Murtayah. 8 forms of whomsoever. I think that's what is the Rudra. Many of you may know this better, but there are those 8 forms. That is the thing. Nikumbaha Mitram Yasya Saha. Nikumba Mitraha. Again Bahuvrihi. Friend of Nikumba. Nikumba is the friend of whomsoever. Huh?
This Murtaya
Ashtamurti, can't we make Digu, sir? Sorry.
Yeah, but then that will be just about 8 forms. But here, how do we point it to Shiva? We have to point it to Shiva, no? That's why we need a Bahuvrihi displacement. Right, Bhagini? It is not about 8 forms. It is the one with the 8 forms. Okay. How do you do it? One with the 8 forms. Yasya saha. Ashtamurtaya yasya saha.
Shanmukaha. Like
Shanmukaha. Again is a Bahuvrihi. Right?
Yes, sir.
It is not about 6 faces. It's about one with 6 faces. Think that way.
Yes.
What it points to,
Yes.
think of it.
Yes.
Yeah, if it would be Dvigu if it is only 8 faces, say 8 murtis like that. 6 faces, 8 murtis like that. Okay. Like Tribhuvanam. Tribhuvanam is about the Bhuvanam only, not about something else. So there it is a Dvigu.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we will call it a morning. And these two are tough. Today was not 2 easy verses of Kalidasa, but it's good. Now, if we go back and read once more, it will sound a bit better and better. So, if you read the whole thing again 2-3 times, it will become clear. So, what I am trying to do in the class is go through some of these faults that we will do in the first reading, come back and improve and see how we can get there. Okay. And believe me, all the blue stuff that I have written here is not as if I can just like that come out of them. They have to think through them and come out of them. But more and more we attempt and learn, at least even to see that even a word like Kailasa has such genesis. Okay, it's an appreciation we have to gain into the beauty of this language. Okay, not anything is abstractly named. Very few nipatas. Nipatas means drop-ins. Very few drop-ins in Samskritam. Okay.
So what is Pumsi?
Pullinge. Pum is a short for Puman. Pullinge vaktum Pumsi iti vaktum shaknumah.
Okay.
Striyam. Strilinge iti vaktum Striyam iti vadamaha. Pumsi iti vadamaha. Na Pumsi iti api shakyate.
Sir, Nikumba Mitram, why not Sashti Tatpurusha, sir? Why Bahuvrihi, sir? Nikumbasya Mitram.
Nikumbasya Mitram, it could be. could be. But Nikumba Mitraha has been taken. Okay. If you take Nikumba Mitraha and then Nikumba Mitram. But if you wanted to stay with just Nikumba Mitram itself with the Mitra Shabda prominence, okay, then it is, Nikumbasya Mitram, Nikumba Mitram. Dvitiyayam api punah Nikumba Mitram ityeva declension.
Sir, one doubt. From the
Not
sloka,
incorrect,
how do we
Bhagini.
pick up? How do we pick up the words and then do the Vigraha Vakyam? Supposing in the sloka it is given as Nikumba Mitram, should I take Nikumba Mitram or Nikumba Mitraha?
No. You have to first do the Pratama Ekavachana and then go to Nikumba Mitram. If you do Nikumbasya Mitram, that is in Pratama Vibhakti, you write again Tam Nikumba Mitram because in the verse it is in Dvitiya. Okay, Bhagini?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So here
Yes, sir.
the Samskrita Bharati person who has worked on it, he takes Nikumba Mitraha as the construct. Nothing wrong in his mind because he has taken Bahuvrihi path. Because he knows Kalidasa is a Bahuvrihi specialist. So Nikumbaha Mitram Yasya Saha Nikumba Mitraha. Like that they have done, I think. Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Nikumbaha Mitram Yasya Saha Nikumba Mitraha. They have done. See, they have not written that form. So we will write it. Then Nikumba Mitra, Tam Nikumba Mitram. So here it is a Pullinga Dvitiya. But if you take Shashti Tatpurusha, it is a Napumsakalinga Dvitiya. Nothing wrong. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then we'll have to write Tat there if you're taking as not
No,
Tam.
Tam.
No, they'll become Tat, no Shashti. If you're taking it as Napunsakalinga, then Dvivachana is Tat Tani. No? Appa, so it's confusing.
Okay. All right. So we will call it a
Mitram
day.
is,
I didn't exactly understand that exchange, but I think the Bhaginis understood each other. So we'll leave it at that.
No, sir. I will
No,
understand
sir.
myself,
Tat is
sir.
Mitram is a
Mitram is
Napumsakalinga Padam.
Napumsak. Yeah.
So Tat will come, isn't it, sir? When you Vigraha Vakya.
Yeah. Tat Nikumba Mitram Dvitiya. You better write in brackets because Tat is the same form in Pratama also.
Pratama and Dvitiya.
Yeah.
So Nikumbasya Mitram, comma, Tat, within bracket, Napumsakalingam
and Dvitiya.
Dvitiya. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But know one thing, it is not illegal to have a Napumsaka Visheshana to a Pullinga Visheshya. Why? Because Vidheyaka Bhava is always available to us. Because Mitram is a dominantly Napumsaka Shabda, we are staying with the Napumsakatva in Nikumba Mitram is a possibility. Don't have to rule out. Okay, we'll call it a day. See you guys in the 3 o'clock class.
Dhanyavadas.
Have a nice lunch.
Dhanyavad.